Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Storytime. Thank you for joining me. Yes, happy Tuesday. And I see already this book is a favorite for some of you out there. Thank you so much for sharing that. Good morning to you and welcome to Storytime. I am glad we're here together. Another great lineup awaits. Great stories await. And this week is a wonderful one indeed. As you can see there, we've gone through Tiny T-Rex, yes, and the tricks of treating. That was a good one. And today we're reading Leo, and we have 3 good ones to come after that as well. So thank you for joining in. I hope you're ready for all those wonderful stories that we have this week. Thank you for being here on Storytime. I'm glad you're here. And this one, continuing our Halloween theme, is Leo, a ghost story. And this one is written by award-winning authors, multi-award-winning author, illustrator, MAC BARNETT, and also Christian Robinson. Yes, indeed, best-selling, both of them. And I am glad we're here to share this wonderful book. And a big thank you to Chronicle Books for allowing us to share it here on Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in. A big combination right there to deliver us a wonderful ghost story. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you. Please, as always, let me know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you on Storytime today. And of course, please do keep sending those recommendations, any favorite stories out there, and we'll try to bring them here to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in. How is the weather where you are today? How are you getting ready for Halloween? Is your costume ready? Good morning to you and welcome. Thank you so much for joining in. Bowden, how are you doing today? And of course, Chrissy, good morning to you out in Vermont, rainy Vermont. Thank you for joining us. And say, Bowden, you like this book? Well, good to know. And I'm glad that you're excited for this one. I am too. Thank you so much for sharing that. Good morning to you, Bowden. Thank you for being here on Storytime. Chrissy, good morning to you. Please stay cozy. Perfect story to get us started on the day. Thank you so much. Good morning to you, Amanda West. How are you doing today? Nathan and Sarah, how are you out in Chile, Illinois? Thank you for joining us. I hope you are cozy in your little corner, enjoying story time. Thank you so much for being here. And you say this is one of our favorite ghost stories. Well, I am glad. Thank you for sharing that. And you know what? If you have other stories that you'd like to see on Storytime, please let me know. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And if you're joining us for the latest recordings, welcome to Storytime. Please let us know you were here. Leave us a message and we'll be sure to say hi to you. Thank you, Soraya, for your message the other day. Absolutely appreciate it right here in Oakland. And of course, good morning to you, Ellen Edwards in Chicago as well. Thank you for joining in Storytime. Absolutely love it. Today, we have a wonderful story to get our day going. Leo, a ghost story, written by multi-award winning, best-selling author MAC BARNETT and equally multi-award winning illustrator and best-selling illustrator as well, Christian Robinson. I am excited to share this one, and I'm glad a lot of you are excited for it out there too. We'll be getting started very, very shortly. I hope that you are having a wonderful start to your day. I hope your breakfast went well, and I hope that as we're going through this day, it gets better and better and better for you. And I hope the excitement building up to Halloween is exciting for you. Please do not miss Friday. I have Annika Mrose Reese joining me on Friday, and we will be reading Hide and Don't Seek. Oh, yes, and other scary stories, but we're only reading the one, and it is exciting. And if you can find it, if you're brave, turn that page, as it says. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you. How are you doing today, Rikia? Thank you so much, sweetheart, for joining in Storytime. Rikia, such is life. It is water under the bridge. We'll move on. Today is a new day to start afresh, right? Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. We'll have another great day at school. Do not worry at all. Thank you for joining in. Good morning to you. Betty, good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Rikia, I was a kid like you once. Made mistakes. It is totally fine, sweetheart. Let us just have a good day today. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I absolutely love it. All right. Here we go. We have this one. Leo, a ghost story. How are your ghost sounds? All right, join me on the other side of this message.
Hello, I'm Olalu Ogunyemi, officer in the United States Marine Corps and author of Crow from the Shadow. You are tuned in with my brother on Storytime with Mr. Lamada. Enjoy and God bless.
Welcome back. And just so you know, Olaolu Ogunyemi has a new book coming out today, in fact. So look out for that one and look out for it here on Storytime. It'll be coming soon. All right, here we go. Leo, a ghost story. This one written by MAC BARNETT, illustrations by Christian Robinson. And we're reading this one with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. All right, here we go. Most people cannot see ghosts. Can you? Do you need special glasses to see ghosts? Or just your regular eyes are these? Well, let us see if you'll be able to see Leo today. Leo, a Ghost Story by MAC BARNETT, pictures by Christian Robinson. Published and read with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. This is Leo. Most people cannot see him. Can you? This is Leo. Most people cannot see him. But you can. Leo is a ghost. Can you see Leo? Of course you can. For many years, Leo lived by himself in a house on the edge of the city, reading books and drawing pictures in the dust. And if you have a copy, I hope you're following along too. Reading books and drawing pictures in the dust. One day in spring, a family moved in. What do you think is going to happen? Well, Leo was glad to have company. On the family's first night, he made them minty and honey toast. That sounds delicious. Leo thought he was being a good host. What do you think? But the family saw things differently. I would have too. But the family saw things differently. Imagine if you saw that. What would you do? Well, they hid in the bathroom and locked the door. This house is haunted, said the man. Gary, I'm scared, said the woman. I hate tea, said the boy. I hate ghosts, and I hate ghosts. They did not know that Leo was floating above the tub. He heard everything they said. Oh, poor Leo. He was only trying to be nice. The family called a scientist, a clergyman, and a psychic to get rid of the ghost. But they should have saved their money. Leo knew he was unwanted. He said goodbye to his home and left. Oh. Where you gonna go, Leo? I have been a house ghost all my life, Leo thought. Maybe I would like being a roaming ghost for a while. So Leo roamed. And where did Leo roam to? Well, Leo saw the city and the people who lived there. Nobody saw Leo. The city was not like Leo remembered it. Some places were wonderful. Some places were scary. Everywhere it was so noisy. Oh, is your city noisy? Mine is. Leo went to a street corner where his favorite candy store used to be. Now, nothing was there. Excuse me, he asked the police officer. Do you know where? But the officer walked right through him. Didn't see Leo. There was an afternoon when Leo found himself roaming along a sidewalk covered in drawings. He came across a girl holding chalk in her hand. The girl looked up and stared right at Leo. I am Jane, she said. What's your name? It was so strange to be looked at that at first Leo said nothing. Finally, he replied, I am Leo. Jane nodded. Leo, do you want to play Knights of the Round Table? Aww. Yes, said Leo, because he did. Good, said Jane. First, you have to get knighted by the king. Who is the king? Leo asked. I am, said Jane. That's why I'm wearing this crown on my head. Leo looked at her head. He did not see a crown. Still, he knelt down and was knighted on the spot. Oh, hail Sir Leo. Leo and Jane sat at table. Sir Leo, said Jane, meet Sir Ruffs, a loyal dog. Don't you think he looks handsome in his armor? Yes, said Leo. He bowed at an empty chair. And Sir Leo, said Jane, this is Sir Meows, a loyal cat. Don't you find his whiskers wise-looking? I do, said Leo, and he bowed again. And finally, said Jane, this is Sir Squawks. Sir Squawks, Leo interrupted. A loyal bird? Jane frowned. No, she said. Sir Squawks is a giant hamster. Oh, said Leo. I am not wearing my glasses. Jane squinted at the chair. I guess, she said. Oh. Jane, a woman's voice came from another room. Tell your imaginary friends goodbye and come down to dinner. Fine, said Jane. She turned to Leo. My mom doesn't think imaginary friends are worthwhile, but I think you're great. And with that, she stood up and went to the kitchen. Oh, Leo felt awful. Oh no, she thinks I'm imaginary, he thought. If I tell her I'm a ghost, I will scare her away. Oh, what should Leo do? After dinner, Jane returned to her room and gave Leo a sword. They snuck into a cave, slew a dragon, and stole all his loot. When Leo closed his eyes, he could almost see the gold coins and green scales. After a glorious feast, it was time for bed. Jane gave Leo a pillow and a sheet. "Don't tell Sir Ruffs," she said, "but you're my best imaginary friend." "Yes," said Leo. He was so happy he couldn't sleep. Oh. Leo went to the living room so he wouldn't wake Jane with his wrestling. All night he lay on the floor designing his coat of arms. And so Leo was awake when a sneak thief climbed through the window. "Halt!" cried Leo. But the thief passed through him on his way to the silverware. What can Leo do? No! Leo, help! Later, Leo would not be able to say where the idea came from. He threw the bedsheet over himself and flew at the thief, who was so frightened he dropped all the salad forks. Leo chased the man into a closet, then slammed the door shut and locked him inside. It was very well done. Oh, good job, Leo. Good job indeed. Oh, the sound of the door woke Jane, who called the police and roused her mother. A squad car came and hauled the man off to jail. That was that. Wow, Leo saves the day. Thanks, said Jane. You're welcome, said Leo. I am glad I could help. But Leo, said Jane, if you're my imaginary friend, how did you scare that robber? Leo looked down at the carpet. Jane, I told you a lie. I am a ghost. I said I was your imaginary friend, but I am not. I'm just your real friend. Oh, said Jane. Well, that's even better. Oh, that's even better indeed. And they went to the kitchen to have mint tea and honey toast at midnight. Oh, my kind of people. I like to have a late snack. Ah, the end. Thank you so much for joining me on Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed that one. It is a good one indeed. Leo, a ghost story written by MAC BARNETT, illustrations by Christian Robinson, and of course read with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. I hope you enjoyed it. I most certainly did. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate the time that we spent together, and I hope that we continue to enjoy more stories together. And of course, we are back again tomorrow for another exciting story, and this time we'll bring back another favorite, and this one is called Clever Little Witch. Yes, written by Monty Van and Hyunwon Yum, and this one is also a beautiful, beautiful one indeed. Join in, all you siblings out there. You're in for a treat tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I am glad you are here for that one. Leo, a ghost story. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here. I hope that you are also going to have a lovely day out there today, whether it is chilly where you are, whether it is rainy. I hope that you make the best of it. And yes, indeed, I hope that you are seen by everybody around you and you feel seen. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you are well. And please, 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 as always, let me know where you're joining us from. And if you join in late, let us know where you are so we can always say hi. And remember that Storytime comes to you live at 7 a.m. Pacific time. And we're also here at 11 with the recording. And of course, there's a special one that is coming this Saturday. Adult Storytime, grown-up Storytime. We will be doing doing some scary stories from Road Down. So do join me for that time. I will be posting the details later on. Adults, grown-ups out there, join in for this one. It will be at 9. We'll have 2 sessions, one at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and then we'll have another one at 9 p.m. Pacific time. So hopefully the party will be going at that time, and you can join in story time and enjoy a cheating story. Thank you so much for joining in story time. To all the kids though, please do join me tomorrow. Another story coming up, Clever Little Witch, and this one is by Monty Van. Please do join in story time. Absolutely appreciate you out there. Let us see again who was with us this morning, who got to enjoy that lovely story. Thanks to you, Bowden and Chrissy. Thank you for joining us out in rainy Vermont. Thank you so much, Bowden. Good to see you here. And I'm glad you are here for that one. And I'm glad that you love it. And I hope that you enjoyed the reading today as well. Thank you so much for being here, Bowden. Have a lovely day. Sarah and Nathan, and of course, Amanda out in Chile, Illinois. Please do stay warm. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I am glad you were here today. Thank you. And I hope to see you again tomorrow for another great story. Have a wonderful day today. Betty and of course Rikia, thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Glad you're here, and thank you. I will be seeing you at school very shortly. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Karen, thank you for joining us. Good morning to you as well. Thank you for being here for Storytime. Have yourselves a lovely day. Much love from me. Big hugs to each and every one of you. I hope that you have a lovely time. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Where all your dreams come true. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. All of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some with people that look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.